So I just had lunch with a friend of mine, and as happens when you go out for lunch, there's this moment that when the waiter comes to the table and they ask the question, "What would you like?" And if you're anything like me, I'm a creature of habit. I like to order the same thing. I like to eat the same meal because I've had it before and I know it's good. And so I settle kind of into this. Always, I have this sort of internal struggle of there's part of me that just wants to do what I do because it's comfortable and I want to eat the thing that I've eaten before because last time it was really good. But then I see things on the menu that look good or intriguing or like, heaven forbid they tell you a daily special that's actually interesting. And you find yourself, at least I do, in this tension of do I go with what I know or do I try something different? And I've been wondering even about other aspects of my life. Food is pretty easy to think through, but when I think about the choices that I make and the things that I do or don't do, how often are those based on comfort or familiarity or the stuff that I've done because I've always done it? And what are the things that maybe I need to try that are new? What's the things that are different or challenging or might push me out beyond my comfort zone into something that could actually be better than anything I've had before? And as I thought about scripture and what we see in there is over and over again, there's these moments where God invites us to live a life that is new. The old things are gone, the new has come. You're a new creation. There's talks about the new wineskin. There's all this conversation about becoming something more than you've been. And I wonder how often in my own life, and maybe in yours, we settle for the things that are familiar. We're afraid maybe to try something different or to stretch out or to stand up or to push out or to engage in something that we haven't before. And so we find ourselves settling back into the familiar. Maybe because we're afraid. Maybe because we just don't know what it would look like to be different. And so we do what we've always done. And I think sometimes we get hinged on the fact that it's tradition. It's just right and it's good and it's proven. But I think what we need to remember is that as we follow Jesus, actually innovation is our tradition. The church has long been filled with people who have seen the world differently, who have done things differently. Following God is not a routine. It's an adventure. It's a journey. It's one foot in front of the other, taking us to places that we've never been before. And so my challenge, I guess, for me and maybe for you today is, what's the new thing that God has for you? When I was growing up, I had a friend that would always ask me, "Hey, Tim, what's fresh, new, and exciting?" That was the greeting every time we met. What's fresh, new, and exciting? And as I think about my life right now, and if I were to ask that question, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the things that God is doing in my life that are fresh and that are new and that are exciting, but I want them. I want to do something different. I want to do something more. And what I'm doing is good, and I love it. And I'm not even thinking I have to change what I'm doing, but maybe I need to change how I view what I'm doing. Maybe I need to think about the relationships that I find myself in, the places where I'm connected, and say, how do I do something that is fresh and new and exciting? And not even how do I do it, but how do I step into what God is already doing around me that is fresh and new and exciting? God is a creative God who wants to do incredible things, and I think sometimes we get in our own way because we're afraid to try something new. And so for you, for me today, let's figure out what our new is. Let's find something fresh and exciting that God is calling us to. And let's have the courage to do it, whatever it may look like, wherever it may take us, and just trust that He actually knows what He's doing, because He does.